Alright, I made a video about the Milwaukee Fastback. I made a YouTube short about it. But I wanted to make a longer video on it because one, I missed a knife that I've used, and two, 3 minutes wasn't enough time to explain everything that the knives have to offer. So hold on one second, I'm gonna fix my camera. Do one of those. All right. So this is the normal Fastback, and it's just a knife, or a razor knife actually, and it's pretty basic, but it's like a really nice knife if you need just a razor blade. And then a step up from this one, which I think you can get it in a 2-pack. It might be different now. I haven't bought these in a while, but then they have this one that has the screwdriver. Normally this is actually on the Fastback, but obviously mine came off because it was my fault. But this is like a way better upgrade than the normal knife, because obviously you get the screwdriver. This is the best part about this. And I apparently have the better version, because I have like the clip one, so this bit stays in and you can kind of pry with it or whatever. Apparently the new ones have like a ball, and if you pry with it, the ball shoots out and then the bit won't stay in. So but I have used this to pry, and this knife does not like it, and it would do this when I would pry on it. It would, if you folded it up, it would do one of those things where it would bend back like this. So it was like wobbly in there. And I think part of that might have to do with, one, this isn't a pry bar, and two, maybe because it's plastic, but all of the inside is metal. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think the plastic outside is all just to make it lightweight, and I'll get more into that later. But this knife is probably the best knife like that you can carry around, because of how light it is and how versatile it is, I guess. Because I like having a razor blade over a knife, because I hate sharpening knives, and razor blades are so cheap and easy to replace. And I have to cut like belts and stuff at work and do all kinds of, like, I had to work with asphalt. I have to every now and again, and you gotta shove like the razor blade into places that you should not shove a knife into. And when I had a knife like this, when I was an electrician, I never bought a knife. I always had a razor blade, because you can dull out a knife so easily, stripping wire. And I don't know, I'm just not one to sharpen knives. Razor blades are way easier. Knives are cooler, but razor blades are a lot easier. But this has a bottle opener. It has obviously the razor blade. I guess, I don't know what this would be. I guess it's a seatbelt cutter or a wire stripper. I'm not sure what that's for. I've never used it in my life. And the screwdriver. And I guess it has a lanyard loop if you like that, I guess. And the ergonomics are like perfect. Like this cutout right here, perfect for your finger. You can put your thumb on the back right here. This is the perfect knife. But the reason it broke was because I took it apart to paint the red black, and that was a mistake, because that's the biggest downfall of this thing, is that the housing is since it's plastic, for some reason they made the threads for the screws plastic too. So I went to go screw this back in and the thread cracked across. So now it's just like, I guess, weaker than what it was. And the whole reason this isn't back in because I could not remember which way it went in, but I needed a new one anyway. I didn't really care which way the bearings went back in because they're like copper or whatever. But anyway, when I got a new one of these, I was like, maybe I can just get a black one, like a version of it. This is not obviously a Milwaukee. This is a Oknife or O-Knife. And you can get this. I got the carbon fiber looking one. You can get one that looks like a cupcake, which I'm not into that. And you can get like I think like an olive green one. And this knife is like very nice build quality. I would have liked this a lot more if it wasn't so small and the blade wasn't. I see why they did this because it kind of like mimics a knife, but you can easily replace the blade and not have to sharpen it. I see why they did that, but you can't hold. It's so tiny. If you hold it here, I guess you could get used to it, but I never could for some reason. I guess because I'm so used to the Fastback, but can't hold it properly. And if you try to hold it like a Fastback, obviously you can't because your finger's on the blade. So, but other than that, this is really nice build quality. And it being small, it has this teeny tiny like tech screwdriver. It's like I don't even know what size that would be. I guess it would be this. I guess would that be considered a 1? I don't know, but that's the difference. This is a 2 Phillips, and it does have a flathead on the back. But I guess that'd be good if you were working on like PLC stuff or whatever. But this knife, I did not use it for very long because of how small it is. So I went back. This is newer than this one, than my Fastback, or the screwdriver Fastback. This is newer. My boss bought this for us. And I don't think he knew that we had the ones with the screwdrivers. So I just used this for a while. And for Christmas one year, I don't know why I never brought this into work, but my mom and dad got me this for Christmas one year. And I've never taken this to work. But it's cool because it has a removable bit driver, which you could technically put like because this bit driver is okay, but it only has the Phillips, no flathead. So I'm assuming you could buy a bit driver or a bit holder or extension, whatever you want to call this, that is deep enough to hold a flippable bit, and then it would just be technically better than the Milwaukee. But this it's weird, it feels cheap, way cheaper than the Milwaukee, but it wouldn't make a difference. Like, it's got the 45 lock for some reason, and then it's got the full lock. I guess more leverage, I guess. It has the weird seatbelt cutter thing. And it's a razor blade, and it's got the easy swing out. It doesn't have a lock. I'll talk about that more too later, because I have another knife here that has it locks down, and I hate it. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying because like locking up obviously makes sense, but when you're trying to like do something one-handed and you need to do that, it's nice. You cannot do that with the other knife that I have here, but this is the best part about this. I like that you can change this out, and you could do like a flippable bit, I guess, right here, just right here, and then it'll just be shorter. But who cares? I don't know. You can get all kinds of different things with this. But yeah, that's the Klein one. That's why it's such a good tool. Milwaukee and Klein are always thinking of usually Klein, really. They think of some like out of the box kind of stuff, which is cool. Ever since like Lowe's bought them or whatever, they've been like coming out with like a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So anyway, while I was using this, I was looking at knives, and I didn't want to get the plastic Fastback anymore. And I couldn't find a black one, but I found this one, and this is a zinc alloy. So this whole housing is metal, and it has a quick flip one that locks up but not down, so you can pull that out quickly. It has a really weak magnet holding this bit in, which okay, I'll just show this next one. So this is the better version of this, in my opinion, and this is the one that locks down, which I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing, but it's become a bad thing entirely for me. But it has the same weak magnet, but that has not been a problem for me yet. But I'll talk more about that one later. So, but it has the quick release one, a weak magnet, but it does have double Phillips and flathead, which is nice. It has the razor blade, and it has this weird seatbelt cutter, wire cutter thing. I noticed that this is very weak. This blade catch is really weak. It's like nothing compared to the Milwaukee one. But the worst overall thing about this is definitely the pocket clip. It's so low. It's so very low. It's annoying. So this was $13 on Amazon, and I didn't notice, because I saw this one on Amazon too. I didn't know that this one was metal too. So I put this one down, and I immediately bought this one. This one's $16, and you can see I use this one a lot more at work. But it has the locking screwdriver. If you like that, it's okay, I guess. I don't really care, but it has been annoying. Like I said, it has the double-sided bit and the weak magnet inside there. It locks up, and you can unlock it right here. But it has a glass breaker. I use this as a metal scribe whenever I had to measure the distance between two pillow block bearings, and I had measured center to center, and I marked the center with this on the bearing, and it worked really good on that, actually. But it has the bottle opener. It normally has a magnet right here, but they put like Elmer's glue or something in holding it in, so I cut a smiley face into the hole. that magnet, I used it like 3 times, maybe 3 times, and it fell out. So yeah, I put a smiley face in it, and then so yeah, it has the bottle opener and the same screwdriver basically as the seatbelt cutter thing, and it does have this weak blade catch, and this has been a problem for me because I had when you cut belt, like I cut like 1/2-inch thick belt at work, and it'll catch and it'll pull the blade out sometimes. It works though. It still works fine. But if you can change the spring in it, that would be better. But also the button is plastic itself. I think the Milwaukee's is metal. I don't even know if this one. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that button is metal, and that is a tight button. Like the spring is really tough. But This one is not. This one's so weak. And it has been a problem. But the screwdriver's good. Besides the not being able to flip it out quickly, this is a nice screwdriver. I haven't lost the bit yet. But this looks like a really common bit. The Klein ones have the ball in it, so I think it's more expensive to buy the Klein ones. But yeah, I use the shit out of this thing. This thing's awesome. I like this knife so much. And the pocket clip is up high. They fixed that. And this pocket clip is strong as hell. Like, that thing ain't going anywhere. It's way stronger than the Milwaukee one. This one's like weak compared to this thing. This thing is super strong. Sometimes it's hard to put in your pocket. Sometimes you gotta double hand it in your pocket, but not all the time. But yeah, it's XW knife on Amazon for 16 bucks. But anyway, that's it for this. I just wanted to explain this more because I forgot to put in the short that knife. I want to see if I can get a good shot for a thumbnail. But yeah, I forgot the Klein knife in the YouTube short that I made. But overall, this is definitely my favorite so far. I don't even care that it's not black. It looks cool as shit when it's like worn out. Like, I like the metal or the paint rubbed off it. I think it looks cool. This has like drywall mud on it, all inside of it. But anyway, thank you for watching.